Grammy-nominated rapper Monie Love, aka Monie in the Middle, is known worldwide, and the legendary radio host is here to talk about her latest project, WeTV's second season of Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. The show gets into some of the nitty-gritty details of love and can either make or break a relationship. Let's take a quick look.
Confronted with painful betrayal.
You was cheated on me when I was pregnant.
There's no point in going forward.
Cruel disrespect.
I'm not number one. The liquor is.
I had a drink to deal with your ass.
In a marriage boot camp first.
We have one person in each couple found deceptive.
All right, the show features 4 couples, including hip-hop legend and producer Molly Mall and Treasure, and much more. And joining me now to talk about the show is the legendary woman herself, Monie Love. Monie, thank you for joining me. I'm so excited.
What a segment to show. Ooh, that looked spicy.
Girl, I see the show. The whole thing is spicy. You spicy. Listen, Marriage Boot Camp really brings out those tough conversations between you and your partner. How, when, why did you get ready to show all of that to the world?
It took us in partnership with each other deciding that we were going to allow ourselves to be this vulnerable. It really does, because I mean, the one thing I can say about this particular show is the therapy is real, and the drills that they give you to do are all meaningful. They're specifically devised to get a reaction out of you that is specifically supposed to lead to the healing of a part of what appears to be wrong with the individual relationship. So it's all very purpose-filled, you know, and in order for it to be successful or have any type of positive effect, you have to walk into it completely vulnerable. So it was definitely a deep and long conversation that Tuff and I had to have with each other before deciding as a unit that we were going to go in and undergo this therapy process.
Well, you opened up about being abused on the show even. I mean, that's pretty personal. So why was it important for you to reveal that piece of your past, especially as a Black woman?
Honestly, because it just so happened that one of the other couples that we're in the house with had moments that triggered that for me. And once upon a time, I could see things that would trigger me, and I still wouldn't be comfortable to speak about my personal experience. But where I am today in my life, I thought that it would be more of a disservice if I was triggered in a method where I saw something that was very familiar to my abusive situation and did not speak on it. I felt like I would be doing a disservice to my fellow castmate. I would be doing a disservice to women that are, or men in fact, that are potentially suffering from these types of things, and not saying anything, just not speaking on it. So I spoke up to essentially get my castmate to then speak up.
But, you know, you've been very brave, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people who can identify with what you've been talking about. So you're definitely helping people out there. But I'm wondering, have you tried couples therapy before being on the show?
I've never undergone any type of couples therapy. So this, like I said, it was a long and extensive conversation that Tuff and I had to have before walking into this. We had to be completely embracive of what the process was going to be, and trust the process, you know. And like I said, I'm glad that we got there. I'm glad that we're in the house. As viewers will see it transpire, there's a lot that is discovered, both pro and con us remaining together. But, you know, as the viewers continue to watch the journey, they'll see all of the vulnerability and the acceptance of the process unfold as we get towards the final result.
Yeah, I know you can't give it all away, of course, but I'm wondering, what was
Girl,
the
you knew I wasn't going to sit up here and tell you to.
I have to try, don't I?
You know what? I have to. I give you kudos for trying. Yes, you're doing that's your due diligence. Yes, absolutely.
Moni, while we're just, doing girl talk here, you look so young and so cute. I mean, you were young when that Monie in the Middle came out. I digress here, but I just
Yeah.
had to say that. Okay.
No,
Listen,
you're absolutely right. Yeah, and people get confused because I have like one of my daughters was on the show this previous episode that just passed, and she's 30 years old. So people are looking at me like, "You have a 30-year-old daughter?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, if you really do the math, like a lot of you guys were in like elementary school and stuff like that when Monie in the Middle was out. Think about it.
that is so crazy. But now that you are this mature grown woman, you can look at relationships differently. And I'm wondering, I wanted to ask you about, were there any exercises? Was there one exercise that you learned that you wish you would have practiced prior to the show, but you'll continue to use in your relationship going forward?
Honestly, I feel like I felt like I dug so deep, in my dating process, but clearly not deep enough because there were things I found out about my partner during this show that I had absolutely no idea about the entire time of being with him. So, I would say if I could go back and had to do it all over, I would dig a lot deeper than I did. Even if I thought I was digging deep, I would dig extensively deeper.
Okay, you're scaring all of us, right? You're scaring all of us
No,
when it comes to
all
these
it is, I
relationships
don't
because you
mean to.
don't know
All it
what
is
you're
when
going to
you
get.
think if you think you asked 6 good questions in your dating process, do yourself the due diligence and ask at least another 6. Fair?
Whew. I guess you got to do it, right? I guess you got to vet through.
Yes, girl, yes.
So, Moni, I want to talk about Missy Elliott because she shouted you out during her Hollywood Walk of Fame acceptance speech. So I want to know, how does it feel getting your roses while you can still smell them?
Beautiful. And it just feels really refreshing to see each of us, you know, just speak our truths on each other, because nothing Missy said up on that podium was made up, was embellished. None of it. It's all 100% true. Like I remember the early days of Missy, and she was so super shy, and she didn't even want to break out and let anybody know that she could actually be an artist and hold her own right. She was like, "No, I'm comfortable right here, just producing for everybody else." And I was one of her friends that was like, "No, you can do this at the forefront on your own." Like, and I was one of these people, one of many, that really pushed that notion in her head so that she clearly understood exactly how much she had a hand down in this business in all aspects of it, and how multifaceted she is, and so to see this and to see her get her star on the Walk of Fame, and to see her up on the podium, and then to see her get those little flashbacks to the point where she's throwing these names out there of people that influenced her genuinely, with that sister love coming up. It was definitely refreshing, and I'll take those flowers any day, because those are some truth flowers.
You know what? I'm giving you your props to you and Missy. You women were at the forefront. Look how far all these years people never thought hip hop would last. They never thought women would change the game. You were the foundation of that. So thank you, Moni, for being here on Black News Tonight. And I want to let everybody know you can watch Monie Love on Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition every Thursday on WeTV. Stay tuned. Author Clover Hope joins us next to talk about her new book, The Mother Lode.